Hi, this is Dana, and I talk in my videos about spiritual warfare. In this video, particularly, I am guided to take further the topic of money in a different perspective, namely how you protect your money, how you engage with your money. Now, what I will say, I will give a few guidance uh, from my own spiritual fighting. Essentially, there is a spirit of money, and you have to have a personal relation with the spirit of money, because the spirit of money will show you when your flow of abundance was tampered with, and how you can actually clean it. You have to meditate and infuse your money with intent and purpose. Again, as I said in the previous video, the money are the part of the resources which are given to you by the divine realm in order to achieve your purpose. They are matching your ranking, and are part of your divine rights. So, um, infusing your money with intent and purpose, that gives power to your money. Okay, so you have to have a personal relationship with your money in this way. Now, you have the flow of abundance, the flow of resources, and the flow of income. Um, what is the definition of flow is that um, basically the energy, your energy, must flow through your money, and your energy includes the intent you put in it, the intentions, and also the purpose you have, right? By that, essentially, you require help from the divine realm to achieve your intents and your purpose with those money. So it won't be diverted to pointless spending of your resources, right? You have to clean the flow of your abundance, resources, and income. Um, you have entry point and exit point of the flow of abundance. You have to clean both, because it must be a continuous circuit of energy within your financial situation. Blockages, stagnant energy, dark energy, um, all of these are precluding you, or any kind of works done, or your entry point. This is usually what they do when they want to block you. They create blockages and bondages on your entry point to the flow of abundance of income and resources. Um, so you have to clean all of these, again, by prayer, by the usual cleanup energy situation. You can do it by Reiki healing, you can do it by prayer, you can do it by meditation, talking, as I said, to the spirit of money, to your ancestors, to saints, to God, to Jesus, and so on. The usual cleanup, of course, includes incense burning, essential oils, um, decluttering your space, cleansing your home, moving things around in your house, and following the feng shui rules is important, because the flow of energy must be always, I don't know how to say this in English, the energy must move, right? So the flow of energy must be continuous, must move. There shouldn't be any stagnation, right? Um, People that have a lack mentality, and they are greedy, and they want to stack up money, and don't invest money in anything with creative purpose, with light, and so on, are people who usually are very unhappy in spite of all the money they have. Normally, money don't bring unhappiness if you know how to work with them, you know. But if you just stack up money out of greed and out of possession, you're basically being possessed. It's a demonic possession related to greed for money. So that is not healthy. That is from darkness. What you must do, you have to have a fluent flow of abundance, of resources, of income, of money, which means entry and exit point must be clean. the money must circulate, you must invest, you must create, and you must receive um, money back, and you must receive them multiplied. Now, I said in the previous video that your worth is mirrored in the divine rights of to money, how much money you are supposed to receive, but not only how much money you're supposed to receive as the initial point, but um, your energy is the one who determines, so your identity and your energy signature, your energy imprint, and um, your purpose determine, I don't know how to say this, how many times your money multiply. So like sort of like in a bank, like interest you receive in a bank, normally if you invest your money, it will come back multiplied, sort of like interest from bank, but the coefficient of multiplication of your money, it's in accordance with your worth, with your divine rights. This is why they want to steal your money, you know, because usually people that work with darkness do not have a high coefficient of multiplication of money, but only people with pure intentions and that create things with light have. This is why they are so keen to steal our money or to block our flow of abundance. Now, related also to your relationship to money, you, as I said in the previous video, you must watch your relationship with the modern financial ways to manage money, the bank accounts, the credit cards, the debit cards, the credits you have, the loans you give or you take. All of this defines and impacts on your flow of abundance. um, you must look up, even in the Bible it says, if you borrow money from someone, they consider this as you being their slave. Essentially you're in debt to that person, but they transform this as you being their slave. So they put dark entities on you in order to get access to your flow of abundance, right? So ideally you shouldn't have credits. Mortgage means, or you know, a loan for house, which essentially goes back to mortgage as well. That means you give some sort of authority to somebody else. Now, normally that person, if they have good intent, they don't do anything with that, because you don't really give them authority. You only give them an accord that in case you don't return the money, they have the house as a guarantee. But actually what they do, they have in these hidden bondages they create, they use mortgages, and also if you live with a rent, if you pay rent, if it's not, you're not owner, they use all of this in order to create artificial authority over your household. That means if anyone has authority in any way, shape, or form over the space where you're living, that means they can send to you darkness in your house legitimately. If their authority is true, you know, they can send to your house anything they want. So you must make sure with astral letter that you take back your space, that you take full authority over your space. So they cannot send all of this to you. Um, so you must also make sure that, if possible, you close up all credits, you erase all mortgages, and you cut off any authority taken with or without your consent. Okay. Um, or conscious knowledge, because you sign a paper which don't know what it means. So you must erase all of these. Bank accounts ideally should be closed, because they do the same thing. They put different kind of darkness or your entry point or exit points of flow of abundance. So ideally you should manage your own money if possible. Savings are a way of protection that shows you appreciate money. So savings are important. But again, not to the point where you stagnate your flow of abundance. Savings are supposed to be um, a certain percentage, and you can always ask guidance how much you should save, because it depends on how much protection you need. At times, maybe God wants you more to invest and create more, and you will receive different type of protection. At other times, if you're not creating enough, maybe God will ask you to put to increase your savings for increased protection. Or if you're under specific type of attacks, always everything in spiritual fighting is very personalized, very much tailored on your situation. You always have to ask divine guidance. Okay. um, then you must pay careful attention where you spend your money. I gave one example in the previous video, that in my spiritual fighting I did this. Namely, I checked with God and I identified, because there were many uh, that were attacking me, allied against me. I said, okay, tell me who's in this alliance, tell me who owns what, and how much should I spend in each of their businesses in order to return to them whatever they sent to me, because I want them to know that I'm not allowing this to happen. uh, and this is what I did. So I chose to spend my money in those places in such a way to, if somebody was sending me to strong attacks, to spend more money at his opponent, his adversary, in such a way, so I will create discord among them. So you can use that. But at the same time, when you're not doing spiritual fighting by money, you still have to watch where you spend your money, how much money you spend in that place, what is okay for you to buy from that place. Because as you put your signature imprint on your money, is the same thing also for the businesses, the banks, and the producers. So whatever product you buy, either food or items for your house, for yourself, the entire chain of production and distribution, they all add their own imprint on that item. So it might be not beneficial for you to buy a certain product from a store, or it might be beneficial for you to buy from that store entirely. So you have to ask guidance in this circumstance to understand where you're supposed to buy, how much you're supposed to buy, of how much money, because they have also. I'll give you an example. In my spiritual fighting, when I told you I did spiritual fighting by money, I learned that there is a certain amount up to which was 5,000 in Romanian currency, up to which the owner of the store has total authority over those money, right? But if you spend more than 5,000, then he must pay. So there are others above him that take the difference. So it becomes a battle between them. So I spent for a long time only 5,000, and then when that owner of the store started attacking me, then I went there and I started spending much more, to make sure that the others come and attack him. uh, you know so you must ask how much to spend, how much is okay for you to spend. And you should ask guidance. I mean, personally, I always ask God, why is this so, what it means, so I can understand. Because at other times you might be in a circumstance when you must make a decision really really fast, and too much darkness is sent to you, so you cannot ask guidance at that particular time. So you must learn to distinguish patterns, to distinguish divine logic and the tactics being used against you, so you will be able, in case of necessity, to make a decision on your own without divine guidance. Because sometimes you cannot get divine guidance in that moment when you should make the decision. um, then what else? I wrote a few ideas here, so I'm looking to see if I already made a video about always taking receipts for your money, in which I explained, this is the latest thing I learned last month, or this month, that they use, if you don't take receipts, they use the money you give to do, for example, to do witchcraft with your money. And then if the individual being attacked says it returns that attack to sender, the attack comes back to you, and you are not even aware what was done with your own money. Okay, so they do this kind of attack in order for you to not be able to return to sender what is being done to you. So you must always take receipts. I said this in a separate video, but I'm mentioning this here as well. Always in your house, keep in mind the southeast corner of each room and the entire house are the area designated in Feng Shui for money, for income, as well as the bathroom. So these places must be always very clean. You always must place in those corners something like a candle burning. This increases, the focus on the money energy. A citrine, crystal citrine, you can, I don't know, you can burn incense there. You can put an icon of an ancestor or a saint or whatever you feel like would increase there the focus on cleaning up your money, on bringing more money, whatever you want, whatever you require, whatever. Always bells are important, so you can place a bell in that area. Um, what else did I write here? I think overall, the main idea is that you must have a direct connection and relationship with the money, with your money, and you must engage with them, uh, treating it like they are a resource from God to achieve certain things, but at the same time knowing that there are other people who use this money as a weapon against you. It is one of the fields mostly attacked by them, because in 3D they created the 3D paradigm in such a way so you won't be able to do anything if you don't have money. So you won't be able to achieve your purpose if you don't have money. So if they block your money, they figure then they can do whatever, because you're not going to be able to achieve things. This is important. God guided me to make this video now and to give these few pointers on how you deal with your money, how you protect your money, how you increase your money. Of course, as I said before, you receive divine grace if you do donations and charity work. Always check with God where and to whom, because this can also be turned against you and be transformed into a vampirism attack at you if you don't give the money to the right people that are truly in need, and so on. Um, and also, but doing charity work and donation, if you do it properly and is not being manipulated by somebody else, then it brings you more divine grace, and God will repay you. I already wrote on my Facebook account, God cares very much for the homeless people, um, and helping homeless people will always bring you close to God's heart. And of course, there are many other people in very bad circumstances, even if they're not homeless. But then again, God will show you, if you ask divine guidance, to whom to donate, and so on. But this is a general rule, so I don't give names or something. I would say that homeless people, and of course orphanages, children, animals particularly, are very close to God's heart. So you can donate to that. Um, I think I'm gonna close this up now. I think I said mostly everything that I was um, supposed to say at this point in time. I would encourage everyone to work with the spirit of money, and also to manifest or harbor interest to help into breaking the bondage created on the spirit of money. This is something that I also took as upon myself. I said I will do this each and every time when I'm guided that it is in my power to do that. But I'm also giving you this suggestion because many of us are not aware that this can be possible. So I think that that will be also a useful thing to do, because this way the money get to be cleaned exactly like you would clean your house of energy and stuff. The same thing needs to be done to the spirit of money, particularly since they have used a lot of darkness and they created a lot of bondages on the spirit of money. I will stop here. If, as always, if you have questions, you can ask me in the comments, and I will be happy to answer. You find in the description box below the information to my PayPal account in case you want to donate to support my work. I am grateful and I thank to those who have donated already in supporting my work and my channel. I thank in advance to those who intend to donate in the future. And with this being said, I think I will just close this up here, and I'll see you in the next video.